We're shifting focus now back to Bangladesh. In the latest updates coming in, Canadian parliamentarian Melissa Lantsman has now spoken up and expressed horror over the terrible condition of the Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. Let's in fact listen into what she said.
Place to know that Hindus in Bangladesh have faced escalating violence, including arson, mob attacks, sexual assault, temple demolitions, and forced displacement. There has been over 2,000 incidents in 2024 alone. I want the petitioners to know that their voices are certainly heard here, and that the voices of the oppressed are amplified, and we are going to intervene before it's too late. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise on behalf of petitioners who want this place to know that Hindus in Bangladesh have faced escalating violence, including arson, mob attacks, sexual assault, temple demolitions, and
Joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Aditya Vadhavan with more on this. Aditya, when we are speaking about Hindu minorities in Bangladesh, we saw the latest incident of Deepu Chandra Das. He was lynched to death by a mob. And now we have a Canadian parliamentarian, in fact, also raising this at a global stage.
Well, absolutely. Shivani, if you see, now the Canadian Parliament is now also raising the issue of the Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. And definitely, considering the fact, since this new Canadian government, has taken charge of the affairs, definitely we saw sometime back, when Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand visited India, Canada is looking forward to have good bilateral ties with India. And definitely, at this juncture, even the UK Parliament sometime today also raised concern over the condition of Hindus in Bangladesh. So indeed, at this juncture now, this global condemnation of the Bangladeshi interim government is now beginning, and this could result in huge problems for the Bangladeshi interim government led by Mohammed Yunus. We have seen how law and order problems have just escalated since this interim government by Bangladesh has come to the fore.
Okay.
And definitely in the times to come, there could be several serious problems for the Bangladeshi regime, considering the fact that the next year elections are due in Bangladesh.
Right.
How every country now will be watching closely how this election process follows in Bangladesh, considering the fact that all the activities of the Awami League have been banned in Bangladesh. So indeed, it's a developing situation, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario. Shivani.
Right. In fact, also joining us on the broadcast via the phone line is Ambassador Gauri Shankar Gupta, a former diplomat. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast. We appreciate your time. A very good afternoon to you, sir. When we are looking at this entire issue, Hindu minorities in Bangladesh, it's a very grim situation, given that Bangladesh is currently on the edge. We also have rising anti-India sentiments growing over there because of the death of a certain student leader. And we are seeing that for Hindu minorities, the time is very difficult. We saw the mob lynching of Deepu Chandra Das. His was not a lone case, sir, but now we have the global voice, Canadian parliamentarians also raising this in their forums.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good afternoon, Shivani.
Good afternoon.
This is a matter of great concern. Ever since Yunus took over as, head of the interim government in Bangladesh, the minorities, communities, particularly the Hindus, have been targeted. You remember soon after August 23, this situation started changing. And last year, I believe hundreds of Hindus were targeted. Their shops were, burnt alive. Some of them were thrown out of the, universities and other jobs where they were functioning. A large number of them had to, remain absolutely without job. And the temples have been targeted. I have lived in Bangladesh for almost 3 years. And I saw that, there was fear already. That was way back in 87, 88. There was some fear, but never there was a targeted, attack on Hindus like this is happening today. And this is actually has been provoked by Yunus government because they have first recognized the Jamaat-e-Islami. They released all those extremist people who were in the prison, and then he has been actively encouraging Islamists, to take very, very aggressive stance against Hindus. And he has even advised them not to call themselves Hindus, but remain quiet so that they are not isolated. This is an official statement by Muhammad Yunus himself. In addition, Bangladesh is also engaging in active collaboration with anti-Hindu and pro-jihadi elements from Pakistan and also from other parts of the world. They invited Zakir Naik from Malaysia. They invited some mullahs from Pakistan. They have also invited many, intelligence operatives from ISI in Pakistan. Some military male people from Pakistan have also landed up there. So all this is absolutely an active policy of the current regime in Dhaka, which is, becoming a big menace and a threat for Hindus and also to some extent the Christians living in Bangladesh. It's absolutely good that some of the parliaments in the world are raising this issue. It has been raised in Canada. I believe it is also being indirectly raised in the UK Parliament, and maybe some other countries will also raise this issue. This is time that we should also participate. I heard the statement from RSS, Pramukh, stating that the Hindus should stand united and whatever help they can extend to save the lives of Hindus in Bangladesh, we should do. So I think this is the time that Hindus have already been completely, I would say, destroyed or finished in Pakistan. There were approximately 25% Hindus at the time of independence. Now there are hardly about 1% Hindus there. In Bangladesh, the number was about 30% at the time of independence, and now they are 7-8%, and they are also under great threat. So I think this is a matter of serious concern, not only for India, but for the entire humanity, because the jihadi elements, these extremist elements of Islam, they are bound to attack, they are about to attack the entire liberal world, and they are in fact a threat to coexistence in the world. Thank you. Over to you, Shivan.
Thank you so much, sir, for this. But I want to understand, when you're looking at this fragile situation in Bangladesh, how should India be looking at this? Because the Ministry of External Affairs has come out. They've stated that they've condemned this attack, but like you've mentioned, the population is struggling now. It's reduced. Minorities are being attacked, and the government doesn't seem to be in control of whatever is happening. Do you think that the February 6 elections will be held under good conditions?
Absolutely not. You see, the conditions right now are very, very fragile, as you mentioned, and the whole country is under the control of these, extremist elements. They are everywhere. People are absolutely scared. I spoke to some of my friends yesterday and day before who know Bangladesh better, present Bangladesh, and they told me that there is an atmosphere of all-round, fear amongst the minorities. They can be attacked any time. In addition, as you have seen, the Awami League has already been banned, which is a very popular party even today in Bangladesh. And the Awami League office was, sent to fire. It was burnt alive. And then there was also the house of Sheikh Mujib was also burnt. Recently, the big hall named after Sheikh Mujib in Dhaka has also been changed. So all these events are actually pointing towards an atmosphere of fear and dominance of the jihadi elements in Bangladesh. So obviously these elements will prevail in the election if they are held under this kind of conditions.
Absolutely. In fact, also joining us on the broadcast is Ambassador Mahesh Sachdev, former diplomat. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast. A very good afternoon to you. So, we are looking at Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. They are being targeted, and they are being targeted how? We saw the case of Deepu Chandra Das over there, just burnt to death, mob lynched him apart. So, do you think the time is come to in fact go and protect them, because now we have Canadian parliamentarians raising this issue as well?
I think, thank you for having me. I think the matter is quite serious, but we should not blow it out of proportions. Bangladesh has a peculiar situation. It's the run-up to elections, and elections are, campaigning is dominated by all sort of fringe elements who were kept under check by Sheikh Hasina in her time as Prime Minister. They feel empowered now, and they are on the rampage. They have they have no issues except promotion of Islam and hating India. I think these two issues have become the competitive sort of streaks among these elements vying for public vote, and they are outbidding each other in this on these two lines. They have no positive agenda, and the negative agenda is promotion of Islamic thought, is to curb the non-Muslim minorities, and Deepu Das's murder in a very gruesome manner shows that. But then I think there would be hopefully a stable government after February 12, and they would take they would have to calm down the temperatures and have better stable situation. Bangladesh social and cultural ethos is essentially secular in nature, and that should prevail after February 12. So we need to take note of what is going on. We need to sort of try and douse these fires through international action, but there is no need, in my view, of going overboard and any sort of interventionist streak on on part of India or rest of the world would further inflame the tensions within the country, and would lead to would be a self-fulfilling prophecy as far as these fanatic elements are concerned. They would get emboldened further because they have nothing to lose. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. I thank Ambassador Gupta and Ambassador Sachdev for joining us on the broadcast. That's a wrap on this bulletin. We'll see you on the other side of this commercial.